Hey YouTube, Grader35 here, and welcome to this week's fantasy lineups and game picks. And as you can see, I'm kind of late to doing these I missed Thursdays. Or well, not really missed, but the Thursday game already happened. So for this week, for fantasy, I got Russell Wilson, Melvin Gordon, Kenyon Drake, Odell Beckham, Justin Jefferson, Jared Cook, and Henry Ruggs. Benches: Mahomes, Jacobs, Zach Moss, Hopkins, Emmanuel Sanders, and Austin Hooper. Kickers: Justin Tucker, and then the Buccaneers defense. So that'll do it for the fantasy side of things, and let's get into the game picks. So as for the game picks, last week I went 10-6, so I did better. So it's pretty much the exact opposite of week 1. So I'm 16-16. So I'm even in terms of how good or bad I am. And yeah, so as you can already see, I didn't mean to click that. But as you can see, I missed the Panthers game, but I was gonna pick the Panthers anyway to win that game. So I'm 1-0 as of right now. So as for this rest of the games, Colts versus Titans, I'm going to pick the Titans, and it's only because the Colts are kinda questionable right now, especially with QB. Not saying Wentz is, or well, yeah, I'm pretty much saying Wentz is kind of rusty right now. But yeah, I'm picking the Titans here. Falcons Giants. Can I predict the tie here? Because both these teams are garbage. But honestly, you have to pick one. Falcons, because at least with the Giants, they won't choke away a lead. Chargers Chiefs. I'm going to pick the Chargers because the Chiefs defense is kind of bad, despite having 2 interceptions on Lamar Jackson last week. So I'm picking the Chargers. Bengals at Steelers. The Steelers are kind of banged up, and the Bengals still can't protect Joe Burrow. But with that being the case, I'm still going to pick the Bengals because the Steelers are kind of meh on offense. They can't really do much. So, Bengals. Bears at Browns. I'm going to pick the Browns here. Because Justin Fields is starting, and he gets thrown into the fire against the Browns defense. And Myles Garrett is going to introduce him to the league very painfully. So I'm picking the Browns here. Ravens at Lions. The Ravens start kind of slow in terms of how their games have gone recently, and they pick it up in the last half of the game. Whereas the Lions start out hot and then just die out through the last half. Unless you're talking about that 49ers game. Oh, yeah, never mind. But I'm going to pick the Ravens here. Just because the Lions' defense is injured and they're not really good to begin with. Saints at Patriots. I'm going to pick the Saints here just because Patriots hater and such. Then I think the defense will be better than what Mac Jones have been facing for the last 2 weeks. Cardinals Jaguars. Even if DeAndre Hopkins doesn't start this game, the Cardinals should still win easily against the Jaguars. Washington at Buffalo. I am picking them the Bills. Jets at Broncos. Easiest 3-0 ever, Broncos. Congrats on that. Dolphins at Raiders. Dolphins are without Tua and a few other people, so Raiders. Seahawks at the Vikings. The Seahawks are already doing the thing they were doing last year. Start out great and then just burn out towards the end. So I'm gonna pick despite that, I'm gonna pick the Seahawks here because if it comes down to a field goal, the Vikings ain't doing it. Or really any clutch moment, really, the Vikings can't get it done. So Seahawks. Buccaneers at Rams. Buccaneers defense really is kinda bad, really. But then again, they did get 2 pick sixes. But then again, it was against the Falcons, and they lost a few guys to injury. And Antonio Brown is on the COVID list. I'm going to pick the Rams. Packers at 49ers. I'm picking the Packers. Because the 49ers are the other team with the injury bug to their running backs besides the Ravens. So, yeah, I'm going to pick the Packers. And then a primetime game for the Cowboys, which should not be primetime. Eagles at Cowboys. Picking the Eagles. Because Cowboys are kind of suspect. So those are the game picks. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.